Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, consider the following countries: 1 Russia, 2 China, 3 Mongolia. Which of the above given countries has a border with North Korea? 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 2 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option C, 1 and 2 only. Recently, North Korea's Kim Jong un and Vladimir Putin have discussed possibilities for military cooperation in a highly scrutinized meeting for a suspected arms deal. It borders three countries: China along the Yalu Amnok River, Russia along the Tumen River, and South Korea to the south. The three seas surrounding the Korean Peninsula, the Japan East Sea, the East China Sea, and the Yellow Sea, represent three contiguous but distinct ecosystems. Tamil is similar to the Korean language in this aspect, as it has only a few sets of consonants and even certain letters with a similar structure. Its capital and largest city is Pyongyang. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, with reference to National Hindi Divas, consider the following. 1. It is celebrated on 14th September. 2. Hindi was adopted as the national language of India in 1949. 3. This day marks the birth anniversary of Bihar Rajendra Sharma. Which of the above can be considered true? 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. Recently, the National Hindi Divas in India was celebrated on 14th September. Hence, statement 1 is correct. In 1949, Hindi was adopted as one of the official languages of India on this day. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. In 1953, the first Hindi Divas was celebrated on 14th September. This day also marks the birth anniversary of Indian writer Bihar Rajendra Simha. Hence, statement 3 is correct. He is also credited for the illustration of the original final manuscript of the Constitution of India. World Hindi Day is celebrated on January 10 to honor the inception of the World Hindi Conference. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding epizootic hemorrhagic disease. 1. It has been spread in the African continent. 2. The virus is usually spread to cows, deer, and sheep through the bites of infected midges. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently, 150 outbreaks of epizootic hemorrhagic disease have been recorded in Spain, Portugal, and southern Italy. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The virus is usually spread to cows, deer, and sheep through the bites of infected midges. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Scientists from the UK's Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs fear that warmer summers caused by climate change may have contributed to the sharp rise in outbreaks in southern Europe. It is a disease of animals, not humans, so there are no human or public health issues. There is no treatment for HD in wildlife populations and no commercially available vaccine to protect against EHD. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, Bhoj wetland was recently seen in the news. It is associated with which state? Jharkhand, Rajasthan, Haryana, or Madhya Pradesh? The correct answer is option D, Madhya Pradesh. Bhoj wetland consists of two contiguous human-made reservoirs, the upper and lower lakes located in the city of Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. The upper lake is called Bhoj Tal, that is Bada Talab, and the lower lake is known as Chota Talab. The lakes are very rich in biodiversity, particularly for macrophytes, phytoplankton, and zooplankton. It has more than 15 kinds of fish and several vulnerable species, including turtles, amphibians, and aquatic invertebrates. It was designated as the Ramsar site in 2002. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, with reference to red fire ants, consider the following statements. 1. They are a species of stinging ants native to South Africa. 2. Their colonies are characterized by multiple reproductive queens. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently, according to a new study, the red fire ant, one of the world's most invasive species, has been found in Europe for the first time. Red imported fire ants, commonly known as fire ants, are a species of stinging ants native to South America. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. They are known for their aggressive behavior, painful stings, and large colony sizes. The ant can also damage crops and local ecosystems. Fire ant colonies are organized and highly structured. They consist of thousands to hundreds of thousands of ants and multiple queens. Hence, statement 2 is correct. They are reddish brown to reddish black in color with a characteristic coppery head. Their bodies are segmented with a distinct two-part thorax. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Shanti Swaroop Bhatnagar Award. 1. The award is given annually by CSIR. 2. The award is limited only to the research in biological sciences. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research has publicized the list of awardees for the Shanti Swaroop Bhatnagar Awards for 2022. Hence, statement 1 is correct. While usually announced on September 26 on CSIR's Foundation Day, the prizes were not announced last year without any official reason being ascribed. Shanti Swaroop Bhatnagar Annual Prize for Science and Technology, established in 1957. It is named after Dr. Shanti Swaroop Bhatnagar, the founder director of CSIR. It is awarded in the fields of biological sciences, chemical sciences, earth sciences, engineering sciences, etc. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the e-Courts project. 1. The National Judicial Data Grid is a flagship program launched under the project. 2. It is monitored and funded by the Union Ministry of Law and Justice. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the Union Cabinet approved the third phase of the e-Courts projects with a budget allocation of Rs 7,210 crore. National Judicial Data Grid is a flagship project launched in 2015 for monitoring the pendency and disposal of cases in high courts and subordinate courts. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is a pan-India project monitored and funded by the Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India, for the district courts across the country. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The e-Courts project was conceptualized on the basis of the National Policy and Action Plan for Implementation of Information and Communication Technology in the Indian Judiciary 2005, submitted by the E-Committee. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, which among the following organizations was not established under UNCLOS, that is UN Convention on the Law of the Sea? International Tribunal for the Law of Sea, International Maritime Organization, International Seabed Authority, or Commission on the Limits of the Continental Shelf? The correct answer is option B, International Maritime Organization. Recently, 9 island states have turned to the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea to determine if carbon dioxide emissions absorbed by the oceans can be considered pollution. ITLOS is a judicial body established by the UNCLOS, that is UN Convention on Law of Seas, as an independent judicial body that adjudicates disputes arising between the member countries. The tribunal is composed of 21 independent members elected by secret ballot by the states parties to the convention. UNCLOS has created 3 institutions to aid in its implementation: the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea, the International Seabed Authority, and the Commission on the Limit of Continental Shelf. The International Maritime Organization is UN specialized agency established in 1948, headquartered in London. IMO was not established under UNCLOS. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is regarding e-rupee. Which of the following statements is or are true? 1. It is a one-time payment mechanism developed by the National Payment Corporation of India. 2. In order to hold an e-rupee bank account is a mandatory requirement. 3. India is the first country in the world to have an e-rupee. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the RBI is likely to launch the pilot of central bank digital currency for transactions for interbank borrowing or call money market. The pilot of the wholesale CBDC known as the Digital Rupee was launched in November 2022 with its use limited to secondary market transactions. CBDC is a legal tender issued by the RBI in digital form. It has been developed by the National Payment Corporation of India or NPCI. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is the same as the fiat currency and is exchangeable one to one with the fiat currency. It is a fungible legal tender for which holders need not have a bank account. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. RBI has demarcated the digital rupee into retail e-rupee and wholesale CBDC. Many countries in the world have their own voucher system like the US, Colombia, Chile, Sweden, etc. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the C-295 MW aircraft. 1. It is a transport aircraft procured by India from Italy recently. 2. It can carry out multi-role operations under all weather conditions. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently, the Indian Air Force received the first C-295 MW transport aircraft from Airbus in Seville, Spain. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It is a transport aircraft of 5 to 10 tons capacity. It will replace the legacy Avro aircraft in the Indian Air Force procured in the 1960s. The aircraft, with a flight endurance of up to 11 hours, can carry out multi-role operations under all weather conditions. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It can routinely operate day as well as night combat missions from desert to maritime environments. It can also operate on short unprepared airstrips as it is capable of short takeoff and landing. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Last question is, West Coast Refinery Project is a proposed integrated refinery and petrochemical facility was recently seen in the news. It is associated with which state? Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra or Kerala? The correct answer is option C, Maharashtra. Recently, India and Saudi Arabia agreed to speed up the implementation of the $50 billion West Coast Refinery Project. The West Coast Refinery Project is also known as the Ratnagiri Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited. As the name implies, the project is supposed to be set up on India's western coast, specifically in Ratnagiri, Maharashtra. It was envisioned as India's largest greenfield refinery with a capacity of 60 million tons per annum and is touted to become the largest integrated refinery and petrochemical facility in the world. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. Salem Sago recently got the GI tag. It is associated with which state? Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra or Kerala? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.